everybody, I hope you're well. I just wanted to come on today to talk a little bit about restorative yoga. So you might have heard people talking about this on the internet, on Instagram, social media. And restorative yoga is a really lovely practice, and it's a practice of poses, so asana poses that we do in our class, but we actually hold these poses for quite a long time. And we often use props as well to support us in these and hold us in these poses. So there's loads of benefits to restorative yoga, such as it helps us deeply relax, it can still our minds when our minds are really busy, it helps release muscle tension and improves our flexibility. So even though we're not doing really strong poses, it all really helps. It soothes our nervous system and helps it balance. And it also boosts our immune system because we're lowering those stress levels, and that helps our immune system. It also, on an emotional level, helps us develop a sense of compassion towards ourselves and others. So it's a really lovely practice, and I just wanted to show you a few poses that you might be able to use at home. I know there's a lot of you that are struggling to sleep at the moment, and sleep is so important to us. So it's a couple of poses that you might be able to pick and choose which ones you want to do just before bedtime. You could even do them on your bed as well. So I'll show you, I'll go through a few poses. You can hold each pose for as long as you need to. In a traditional restorative class, it would be about 60 to 75 minutes, and you'd probably do about 5 or 6 poses. So that's how long you hold these poses. It's really lovely. But I will just show you the poses today, and you can take them and have a little look at them and a go yourself, and feel free to ask me any questions if you have any. So all you need is some pillows, so pillows off your bed, so if you can get a couple of pillows. If you do have a yoga bolster, feel free to use that. That's what I would normally use, but I wanted to show you what you can use that you have around your house. Grab yourself also a blanket as well, and if you've got an eye pillow, grab an eye pillow, or a sock is also quite nice for this, something dark to pop over your eyes for relaxation. So just grabbing those bits now. So we'll come to our first pose. So our first pose is a supported twist. So what we do is we bring our cushions lengthways and we bring them close to our hips. So I'm doing it on my right hand side to start with. So bring them to my right hand side here. And then I bring out my legs, my feet. You can keep your socks on as well for this. Keep your socks on, and you can bring out your feet to the left hand side. So we've got this little twist already here. We take a nice big inhale, and then we start to twist and bring in our body forward towards the pillows. So we've got a nice rotation in our spine. As we exhale, we walk our arms down nice and slowly, lowering our body onto the pillows, and we just bring our head down to rest. Our arms are by our side. Now feel free to move your legs in whatever position feels good for you, perhaps separated, perhaps keeping your knees together, but just finding what feels good. And we rest here. If we need to, we can also use a blanket, and this can just help lift our head up a little bit if we need to, but finding what feels right for you. And then we rest here. We connect to our breath. We start to begin to release parts of our body, so tuning into our body and noticing where we're holding on. So are we holding on anywhere? Perhaps our lower spine, perhaps around our hips, and just see if we can, with every exhale, we can release and let go. So a nice big inhale, and exhale. Can we sink a little bit deeper, relaxing there? We can ground our practice by noticing all the points of contact our body's making with the ground, so our hands, our hips, our legs, our feet. just rest here for as long as you need. So when you start to decide to come out of the practice, we do this really slowly. So we bring our hands in a little bit and we push into our hands, but we keep our gaze down, so our head stays down, and we walk our hands back. Nice and easy with our gaze. We can bring that leg back and come into an upright position, and then we begin to lift the head. So nice and steady, nice and easy. Lovely. So then we would do that on the other side. So we would move all our props over onto the other side, or you could just roll onto the other side. But I'll show you my left side now. So pillows here. We bring our left hip up towards the cushions. We bring our feet out to the right hand side this time. We turn and face our pillows again, nice long spine. Inhale, and as we exhale, we fold down over our cushions, over our pillows, walking our hands down nice and gently. And we enjoy the twist on the other side. Again, sinking into our body, releasing, letting go. Noticing all the points of contact. Noticing the heaviness. Just allowing our body to rest. If you find your mind is wandering, that's okay. We can just come back to our breath. You can stay here for as long as you wish. I'd probably recommend about 5 minutes on either side. I'm going to start to come out of this now. Again, we use our hands, we turn our head to look at the pillows, and we bring ourselves up really steady and slowly. Our head is the last thing to come up. And release. Lovely. So that's our first restorative pose. The second one is our child's pose. So we do this in class quite a lot, but there's a nice restorative way we can do this, and you can do this anytime. So you need your pillows again, and we keep our knees nice and wide on the mat. Our toes come together and we sit on our heels, and then we shuffle in the pillows between our legs. Lovely. And then we just take a nice big inhale here. And as we exhale, we fold forward, bringing our belly down, and then our head gently down onto the pillows. So it's our child's pose. And releasing down. So another nice thing that we can do here is use our blanket. So we can bring our blanket and just fold it up. And we can tuck it underneath our sit bone, on top of our heels. So that when we're folded forward, we have something to release against if we need to. That's really nice as well, nice and comforting. And then we just relax. Relax into the pose, release any tension. Noticing our breath in the back of our body. Again, you can hold this pose for as long as you need to. As we're using the props, halfway through this pose, it's quite nice to lift your head and turn your head to the other side so you get a nice equal stretch. So we've got this lovely sinking feeling of heaviness, just releasing against our props, releasing against the ground, feeling supported. So you can stay here as long as you need to. I'm going to come out because we're going through a few poses. So to come out of this, again, it's really similar to the twist. We push into our hands, bring our head to the centre, looking down at our pillows, and we walk our hands back really gently. If we've been there down there for some time, it's really important that we come up really slowly and steady, helping our mind settle. You can just take a couple of breaths here. Nice. Lovely. So our next pose I'm going to show you, so this is pose number 3, is a lovely pose as well. So what we need to do is grab a chair. So grab a chair, or you can use your sofa if you're in the lounge, or the side of your bed. Grabbing a chair there. And we can put our blanket on the chair, just to give it a little bit of a softer edge for our legs. So this is an inversion, a restorative inversion. So we want to come down to lay down. We bring our legs onto the chair. So we want our shins parallel with the ceiling, so our calves are on the chair. And then we want a cushion underneath our head. Just choose how that feels for you. And then we hold it there. So the lower spine should be flat against the ground. It's nice and supported. Our hands can be on our body, so we can gently feel the gentle rise and fall of our breath. We can hold it there. So this is our restorative inversion. Soothing the mind, cooling the mind. All the blood is coming down our legs now, giving us all the benefits of our inversion. See if there's anywhere that you can soften. Is there anywhere we can let go? Perhaps our arms now want to rest at the side with our palms facing up. Tuning into our body, tuning into our breath, and just resting here. It's okay if we have busy thoughts and our thoughts come. We can just acknowledge those and just let them go. So again, you can stay here for as long as you need to, so 5 or 10 minutes if needed, just resting. You can also place your eye pillow over your eyes here if you need to. I'm going to come out of this now, And the best way to come out of it is just releasing our legs. We can hook them in towards our chest. Have a little rock from side to side. And then we can roll onto one side. Just remembering that we've been here for a while now, so making sure that when we push into our hands to lift up to seated, we keep our head and our gaze down until the very last minute, and then we can bring our gaze up. Lovely. So I've just got 2 more poses to show you. So I'm just going to get rid of the chair now. So we want to bring our cushion to the centre. I might use 2 here, but it's up to you, see what feels good. So we're going to be coming to a supported bridge pose. So we want 2 cushions in the centre, and we're going to sit on our pillows, and then slowly we're going to release down. So it's quite nice actually to use a blanket. There's a little pillow here if we need it. Is that ready? We can have our eye pillow if we need it, getting all the stuff we need. So we're going to release down nice and steady onto our elbows first, and then just shuffling around to make sure it's comfortable for you. So the pillows should be supporting the whole of our pelvis, and finding that bridge pose that we do often in class, but this time it's supported, so our hips are lifted here. Got a nice gentle lift in our hips. Our arms can come by our side as our palms face the ceiling. And we can just hold it there. So checking in with our body, noticing what we're feeling in our body, where we're feeling it. Can we make ourselves any more comfortable? Can we make any more adjustments? Perhaps we need to walk the feet further away, or maybe we can take them wider, just finding what feels good for you. We can take them wide and let the knees drop in together if we need to. There's another option. Just seeing what feels good for you right now in this moment. And then when you're ready and you're comfortable, we just release, let go. Settling our mind, settling our breath. And you can stay here for as long as you need to. You can even take our eye pillow, place our eye pillow on if we want to, and stay here for 5 or 10 minutes even. Just enjoy all the benefits that we talked about at the beginning of the class. So I'm going to come out of this one and take us into our final pose, but you feel free to stay as long as you need to. So to come out of this pose, we push into our feet and lift our hips and just slide our pillows away and just bring our back down onto the mat and just notice how that feels now. We can have a gentle tilt of our pelvis. We can hug our knees in, maybe bringing one at a time. Just have a little rock from side to side. Lovely. And again, turning onto our side to come up to seated. So pushing into our hands, head stays low, gaze is the last thing to come up. Lovely. So our last pose is Savasana, which we all know, so our relaxation. But I just wanted to show you a couple of options which you can also take at the end of class if you want to. Or you can just do this in bed at night time, just do this one on its own, so whenever you need it. But I'm just going to show you what you can grab and how you can really maximise this in your practice. So it's nice to have a pillow for our head. We're going to use our other pillows, our bed pillows, underneath our legs. Grab our blanket. It's quite nice to have something over our legs. Get everything ready. Eye pillow or something dark for our eyes to the side. So we bring our legs over our pillow. So our legs are over our pillow to start with. We can tuck them, we can mould them to our knees if we need to. And then we slowly come down again, so onto our hands and then maybe onto our elbows, all the way down. Head resting on a pillow. And then we have this release of our legs. So our legs are outstretched, but they're supported behind the knees, behind the thighs with the pillows. And this just helps our spine relax. Our feet can flop out to the side. So from here we can also use our blanket as well. So we can cover our legs. So sometimes our legs can get cool. Cover our legs. Taking our eye pillow whenever we're ready, placing that onto our eyes. Our arms are by our side and our palms face the ceiling. And we just release and let go. So in Savasana we stay as still as possible. The stillness is part of the practice. We just release anything that we're holding on to, so anything in our mind, anything in our body. See if we can let it go. And it's really lovely to stay here for as long as needed. In some yoga practices, they say that 17 minutes is the key for a Savasana, so as long as you need. Soothing our nervous system, slowing everything down. There really is nowhere else to be right now in this moment. And releasing and letting go. Lovely surrendering feeling into the ground. I'm going to come out of the posture just to wrap up this class, but you can stay in these poses as long as needed. So to come out of our Savasana, we remove our eye pillow. We can bring our knees in towards our chest, one at a time. Rock from side to side. And then we roll onto our side. Just pause there for a moment. And then we push into our hands, we turn our head to the floor and find our seated position again on the mat. Keeping our head low. And when you're ready, opening your eyes.